Open forum is here for you as a light.
Yes, yes, yes. Your lifeline is here. Open forum with Citizen MKO on Memories 96.5 FM. You are Kwai State, and as you know, Open Forum is about people, about issues, about ideas and solutions. And as we say, that wherever this flag is flown, we take care of our own. And this is our first edition in 2026, January 5, Monday, January 5, 2026. I want to say a happy brand new year. And it is Open Forum Year of Impact Without Borders. That inspiration came about October, November, and it crystallized, and we have claimed it so. And interestingly, a few days ago, a true manifestation of Impact Without Borders manifested. We got a chat from United Arab Emirates, and the news or the information is going to be relayed today as part of our New Year maiden edition. As you know, we have segments and we bring in guests here who have substance, since we are an ideas bank and we are voice for the voiceless and justice salvators for the oppressed. Whatever we do here, we stand by it any day, anytime. Welcome once again. My name is Citizen Matthew Kofi O'Connor, Citizen MKO. I am a productivity advocate and practitioner. I am a reformer. I'm a patriot. I'm a citizen with extraordinary love of patriotism, and the founder and president of Open Forum Care for Humanity Foundation. Here we are. God bless us all. I'm going to read out the segment for today. I will introduce our guests. We have three of them. Two are expected to be live in the studio. One is here seated, and one I want to believe is on his way. The other is going to join us virtually from United Arab Emirates. Today, we will start as usual with thoughts for food and food for thought. And we've been serving double ration because the kind of food we serve every morning becomes Oliver Twist. We ask for more. Don't become a mere recorder of facts, but try to penetrate the mystery of their origin. Ivan Pavlov. Hear that again. Don't become a mere recorder of facts, but try to penetrate the mystery of their origin. Ivan Pavlov. You can bear witness that that is what we do. We don't just talk. We get into the mysteries. We know the background, and what we don't know, we bring those that know, and what you get is something that is rare, and it is almost impossible for us to say, oh, we apologize, we did not know. No. The second thought for food and food for thought for today is from Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden. Hear what he had to say. No fundamental social change occurs merely because government acts. It's because civil society, the conscience of a country, begins to rise up and demand change. Joe Biden, former American president. Hear that again. No fundamental social change occurs merely because government acts. It's because civil society, the conscience of a country, begins to rise up and demand change. Joe Biden. This is where you must know who you are working with, else you wouldn't be able to stand your ground. Because in politics, any Tom, Dick and Harry who has access to power claims to be a leader, and is even made a leader, and everybody, including the leaders of leaders, bow down, kowtow, and do what is called psychophancy. Talk about psychophancy. On National Education and Enlightenment today, we are going to look at psychophancy. And what about that? The mortal danger of psychophancy. And the credit I'm going to tell you who we are giving credit for that very write-up to. And on humanitarian intervention, the very pathetic case that has got me crying and reaching out across the world, both locally and nationally, is the story of an Econo-born son, an oil worker who was recruited to work in United Arab Emirates. But something happened along the line. The visa restriction of that country got our son trapped with his 4 children and his wife. His name is Mr. Michael Bassi. He's a stranded victim of United Arab Emirates work permit and residence visa restriction against Nigerians. He will speak with us from I think Atman in United Arab Emirates. I hope he is joining us. He's right there watching us or following up on Radio Garden, and to help my guests settle down, because once I finish some of these things, we're going to hit the ground running, not like politicians, but as people of knowledge. Our live studio guest, the one that is here already, is somebody I used to hear his name mix like rice and beans, and I'll be saying, how come now, how come now? Comrade Danielson, and they used to add Bamidele Akpan, MD of Brownies Global Incorporated, and most importantly, Emeritus President of National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. That's when the name really rang a bell across the country and beyond. But he is here not because of all of that. He is here because when we had need to go to Abuja to protest for the release of our kidnapped corps members, something historic happened and destiny brought us together. He did what I've been hearing people talk about. I never knew it would happen to us for good. He is one that organized the crowd for us. Comrade Danielson, let me add, you don't want to Adman, we'll come to that immediately. You are welcome to Open Forum with Citizen MKO on Memories 96.5 FM.
Well, thank you very much, Citizen MKO. I mean, you're starting from a very hilarious point, and well, good enough and fair enough.
Yeah.
But Yankon,
come, I didn't get away. You recommend me.
Okay, I climb on the message.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We will go to some of those lighter notes which we need to correct. When you come to Open Forum, it's a hot seat. That's why some people can't come here. Even though they run budget in billions, they give them letters, they can't come here. They can't. It's a hot seat, you must tell the truth.
Well, but you know I'm made for the hot seat. That
is what I'm saying. The other guest that we are still expecting is Comrade Ezekiel Udofia. He is probably called Don Peters. He is one of those. He worked with Daniel Sanakpan in Abuja when we did the protest that God used to keep the consciousness on until all our sons and daughters that were kidnapped in Safara came back. I hope he will join us. I don't know what is keeping him. I've already introduced Michael Bassi. Is in United Arab Emirates. He will join us from there when we get ready. So while running down some of the issues, I want to continue with the critical conversation. That critical conversation is what we are to have with Comrade Danielson Akpan, having to do with an overview of that kidnap saga. The release of these kidnapped corps members, 8 of them in all, and then what has been the outcome, and just maybe we'll just take 2-3 minutes to talk about what is off his sleeves, and then we hope to have him subsequently, but it's an honor to have him here. And then the big one, we are on the 64th edition where we started our stock taking and agenda setting for an Akwa without oil. Thank God, even government is joining to talk about that now. We started it before people started talking about it. This is the 64th week, and today we are looking at the role of creativity in the implementation of government policies and funding of ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs. People heard the governor say, those commissioners, if you are not creative, I won't fund your ministries. And people were thinking that, why is governor talking like that? We are thinkers. We've analyzed what the governor said, and just in a nutshell, we will say why that creativity is necessary. And that is the package for today. But usually, we give you a little bit of tips of what happened last week. There will not much time because of the number of calls we're going to make within and outside here. We hosted a world-renowned scholar, founding chair, that is Professor Hilary Young, NNOM, founding chairman and distinguished professor, Global Institute of Sustainable Development, Advanced Analysis and Design, GISDAD, in Concord, North Carolina, USA, former US ambassador, scholar to Ethiopia, and chairman, Akwa Ibom State Think Tank on Education. He was here. And in a nutshell, 2025 for Open Forum was a year of ideas and solutions. And I bet you, like on that state of the state, we are supposed to look at, reflect on what has happened last year and some things that we have done, what has gone on. We will not do much today because of the interviews we're going to conduct. We ended 2025, precisely December 29 was that edition, on an amazing note. Why? Our guest, who just came in from China, told us he has secured investors and financiers for the deep sea port to the tune of $8 billion and as much as $2.5 billion for the science park. It's not just for science park alone, because that would be too much. The industries, the linkages to the 31 local government areas. And what is left is just for His Excellency to have a meeting with him, get to understand what it's all about, and then issue out invitation letter. You needed to have seen me on the 31st. I made sure that the letter notifying His Excellency was delivered, and it was well received. And we are believing God that this offer will end the crisis, because like we told the world, deep sea ports are not built by federal government. The federal government gave all the approvals under Buhari, all the approvals, final business case, anything that was required in documentation was done. And we were told there was an investor who ran away because other people wrote a letter. That is very wrong. We have done so much about the deep sea port, and we know so much from 2021. So here is an opportunity that Akwa Ibom must grab, and we have sent a letter to the appropriate authorities. I won't be able to look at the other things we've done, but that was the way we ended the year. Truly a year of ideas and solutions, and we are glad and give God thanks that that happened. A lot also happened last year, and if I'm just permitted to retrospect about 2025, some of the ideas we churned out, government actually implemented them. One of them was the fact that oil companies are operating here, oil and gas companies, but nothing reflects that we are not producing state. Not in IGR, not in anything. And we appeal to the government, do this, do that, and see the revolution in our IGR. And guess what? The governor signed an executive order too within less than 7 days or 10 days after that. And then we have the Labour and Industrial Committee. The rest is history. A number of those things happened. Humanitarian intervention. We were able to bury a woman who was in a mortuary for 8 years. We've been able to assist somebody finish his master's degree. A number of things. But there's so much more to be done. And that is why we are giving this information that on Wednesday, Open Forum is going to hold its maiden 2026 press conference, which is called State of the State. You are going to hear a lot. Like the Stock Creek matter, you will hear from us. We gave a press statement in October about the Stock Creek and what the government should do. Nothing has been done. And the matter has got messier with His Excellency calling the leadership and possibly the organization, APU, as terrorists and all of that. And the elders of the Cape Nation have issued a press statement titled An Open Appeal for Reason, Justice and Future of Stock Creek Forest, which they have said they are not terrorists, and they have vowed that they will never give up the fight until they get justice. So what is justice? We will look at it and we'll share our informed position on Wednesday. Get ready for us. We don't have sponsors. Like this program, we need sponsors. Last year I almost ended it, and we just got some concession to continue to see how we can make up if we do this on air, I tell you we'll have followers like normal, but we're not doing content, even though content is not a bad thing. So please, if you want to sponsor this program, reach out to us. Reach out to us. We need to sustain it because we cannot be bought, and we fear no evil. Thank you so very much. Time is fast spent in the aspect which is citizenship, education, and enlightenment. We want to take that, then I'll go straight to our guest and then keep running. The focus of today's citizenship, education, and enlightenment is on psychophancy, and we are blessed that one of our members of our Eminent Citizens Advisory Council, Professor Emmanuel Umudoka, did a piece that I saw, and I had to chat him up, and he gave his express approval that we can use it to educate citizens. So I'm just going to read. It's a bit long, but it will be worth the trouble, so that you will not say, I wish he read to the end, or he lost something. It is titled, Nigeria, Where Evil is Dressed as Good, The Mortal Danger of Psychophancy, by Professor Emmanuel Umudoka. He's an economist, a policy analyst, and then is a member of the University of your community. I read, Nigeria is not short of intelligence, talents, courage, or moral insight. What it suffers from deeply, persistently, and often fatally is the elevation of psychophancy into a civic virtue. In our public life, praise has replaced principle, loyalty has displaced truth, and access has become more valuable than accountability. In this moral inversion, evil is frequently dressed as good, incompetence masquerades as leadership, and failure is celebrated as success, so long as it is wrapped in flattering rhetorics and partisan applause. The anatomy of psychophancy. Psychophancy is not mere politeness or respect for authority. It is the deliberate abandonment of truth in exchange for proximity to power. It is the public lie told in full daylight, repeated so often that it begins to sound like wisdom. In Nigeria, psychophancy thrives because it pays handsomely. Contracts are awarded, appointments secured, favors dispensed, and protection guaranteed to those who clap loudest, not those who speak honestly. Over time, this culture poisons governance. Leaders stop hearing inconvenient truths. Policy failures go uncorrected. Corruption mutates into normalcy. When criticism is branded hatred and accountability is dismissed as opposition politics, the state loses its moral compass. How evil is rebranded as virtue. In a psychophantic ecosystem, ethical categories are reversed. A leader who tolerates mediocrity is praised as patient. One who suppresses dissent hailed as strong. Reckless borrowing becomes visionary investment. Nepotism is rebranded as trust. Impunity is excused as political realism. This is how evil dresses as good. Not through dramatic villainy, but through subtle language laundering. Words are bent until they snap from their meanings. Public failures are dressed in ceremonial language, glossy speeches, and orchestrated endorsements. The result is a population gaslight into doubting its own lived experience. The human cost. Psychophancy is not harmless flattery. It kills. It kills through collapsed hospitals whose failures were hidden by praise. It kills through unsafe roads approved by officials shielded from criticism. It kills through insecurity worsened by false briefing and staged victories. When leaders are told only what they want to hear, citizens pay the price. Psychophancy breeds despair. Young people learn that merit does not matter. Professionals discover that integrity is a liability. The best minds withdraw from public service, leaving the field to opportunists and praise singers. A nation cannot develop when honesty is punished and flattery is rewarded. Psychophancy as a system, not a flaw. This is not merely a cultural habit. It is a system sustained by incentives. Political parties reward loyalty over competence. Media houses trade scrutiny for access. Religious and traditional platforms sometimes exchange prophecy and honorifics for patronage. Civil society risks corruption even academia is not immune. By my standard and by our time, that is just half. I will stop here and tell us that the last is, let me jump to the conclusion. Psychophancy offers comfort to leaders and their courtiers, but the cost of national decay. Truth is uncomfortable, but it is the only path to renewal. A nation cannot be healed by applause. It can only be healed by honesty, accountability, and the courage to say, this is wrong and it must change. Until Nigeria learns to prize truth over flattery and accountability over access, evil will continue to dress as good and the nation will continue to pay the price. That is just except, not all. I thought I could do it. Time flies. So, enough of that. Beyond psychophancy is blackmail. It is, we've said so before here, it is the most thriving industry in Akwa Ibom State. It has entered the country, Nigeria. Like I said last week, those who have boasted that we are they become timid and see them crawling and praising, and you just wonder, is this the kind of person that you are? May God help us. We are here to tell the truth. And at this point, I want to bring in distinguished comrade. It's not just a comrade, because some of his juniors, those that really trained, some of them are maybe ministers, maybe commissioners somewhere, maybe holding one position and the other. Comrade Danielson Akpan, you're welcome once again. I want to take you on before we go to United Arab Emirates and then come back to talk about creativity as part of what should help ministries, MDAs, to succeed. Yes. Okay. Let's start from the genesis. What brought in Bamidele to your name? That I used to be confused with this Bamidele.
Oh my goodness, there you go again.
Yeah, it's important. You can't escape.
Well, I really would have liked to leave that for the later. Starting with commending you for the good job you've been doing, MKO.
Thank you so much.
It's just what a reasonable person and those who want the progress of their society should venture into.
I thank you.
And it takes courage to do what you're doing. I mean, if you chose to be one of the Hallelujah boys in government house, you will be richer. Okay?
Absolutely.
So for you to take
some have challenged me. You have your gift, you are making money. Come and join us. I said,
you have been using your platform to pressing government and governors, and you certainly would have had a house in a housing.
Absolutely.
But you chose not to live in housing, but rather to live with the masses.
Absolutely.
Whether in a back road or a
in an uncompleted building, for that matter.
So you can imagine. So for your treasure, it is obvious, yes, that you stand by what you believe.
Thank you so much.
And I commend you.
Thank you.
Because that's, in its true sense, is what we represent. Those of us who are activists, it's one thing to just say, I'm a comrade, but what is your antecedent?
Absolutely.
What system, status quo have you challenged? What have you pointed out that has been a problem in the society
that you want to
stand? That this is where I am standing on this matter, not considering who is involved or what is available or what you can benefit, but rather to say this is where I'm standing. And even if everything fails, even if people around you leave, you stand there and say this is
absolutely.
So I say well done.
Thank you.
Now some of us have been able to pay our dues over the years, from far away in Nasarawa, where I schooled.
Which school was that in Nasarawa?
Nasarawa State University.
Okay.
Oh yes, Nasarawa State University. I started off as president of pre-degree students back in those days, then eventually a class governor, and from there I got to the climax of leading the largest black students movement in the world. Under the aegis of the National Association of Nigerian Students.
What year was that?
That was in 2018. Yeah, so I left in 2019.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean 2020. I left in 2020 after the COVID.
Okay.
So it's been a whole lot of activities and of course activism, and we give God the glory for what He has been able to use us to do. Recently, there was the story of a young girl in, I think, University of what's the name of this school? Unizik.
Okay.
In Anambra State.
What happened?
Yeah, the lady that was beaten, whose clothes was torn by a lecturer, that she was doing video and all that.
Yes,
and
I recall.
Everyone told the same part on this subject, and the reality is the fact that she wasn't doing the video deliberately to get the attention of the lecturer. She didn't even know that was a lecturer, just like every other person.
Yeah.
So he bumped into her video, and at her leisure time, not that there was a lecture she was supposed to be in,
yes,
and she wasn't there.
Yes.
And you bumped into the video. I mean, with due respect as a human being, what you should first do is, oh, sorry, I bumped into your video. Can you please, edit that part or something?
Yes.
You don't have to coerce. You don't have that authority of coercion as a lecturer.
So did you take any step, or did anybody take any step to
correct that? That's where I'm going to.
Yeah.
I was perhaps just one among millions who stood and said, no, the lecturer was wrong. Everybody cannot be applauding the lecturer that did the best and hurling insults and everything on the young girl. She was also being defensive. Someone walked into a private space or a place where she was doing something. So whether you like it or not, they should have a meeting point. Not for him to feel that, you must delete it, and along the line he had the effrontery to tear her clothes.
Imagine.
And all that. And all of this were on tape.
That was
and you know what? They even edited the other part and only showed the part where she held the lecturer by his clothes, without showing us where the lecturer was the first to hold her clothes, tore it, and in defense she held his clothes back.
Organized terrorism.
So how do you, a lecturer, condescend to the level of having to go into fiasco?
Well, let's do this.
So do you get?
It's an interesting
that is exactly
story.
what activism is.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do what everyone is saying.
Now let's get back.
Perceiving to be good.
Let's get back, because every second counts here.
You
are trying to correct what was the high points of your tenure as NAN's president between 2018 and 2020.
Okay, I earned the appellation global president of the NANS because of numerous struggles that I engaged in, both at home here in Akwa Ibom. Friend is contesting for governorship in the state country. All the DIGs, the IG, Secretary of the Nigerian Police Force, all of them.
What charge? What charge was given to you?
What did I do? I said South Africans were killing Nigerians in South Africa.
Yeah.
And that they needed to stop.
The mic.
And they needed to stop.
Yeah.
And enough of the killings we've had or had experienced of our people in South Africa.
The xenophobia
killing and attack. And that was it. And if you remember at the time, we used to see videos. They were not hiding it. They used to burn Nigerians alive on the streets.
Yes.
In their business premises, they used to kill them, shoot at them, stop them anywhere. A lot of
how did that episode end? Because I want to take you on two things before we go to Arab Emirates.
Taking up such a struggle was very memorial in the lifetime of my administration, because it was one that exposed me to a lot of enemies, including those who were friends. In fact, some of those who had one-on-one relationship with someone like Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, to have an audience with me in South Africa. I mean, those who had told me, you're stupid, I wanted to take you to Cyril. Cyril was interested in sitting with you and all that, blah, 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 please, let's go.
And you were not ready
There's
for
a private jet. I said, no, there was no point.
Yes.
You're killing my people, you stop. Tell them, stop, downplaying the killing.
Absolutely.
As if it's just one regular thing. Or Nigerians were the ones. And we saw some of these, players, government players at that level, who were saying, Nigerian zones was already too much in other people's country.
Okay, let's
so I said, is that why they must be killed?
Let's situate you among the leading student union leaders in history. Sheikh Okewo can never be forgotten.
Oh, no.
Danielson, so bad that middle name came along the line that if you don't mention it, people may not even know that it is you, same you. Danielson.
I get that a lot, actually.
So I kind of rate you so highly. Do you rate yourself with your tenure? Do you think you deserve the kind of popularity that you got during your tenure? Do you think you deserve it?
Okay, first is I didn't come on board as just one of those persons who had ambition of becoming president of the student movement. I rose through the ranks, and I was determined about what I wanted to do. Yes, I can't say I was able to do everything, or I had, because they will not even allow you. The system will choke you.
Did
so
you
much.
protect the students' community?
More than ever.
Good. Let's leave
More
it there.
than ever, with numerous activities,
Let's
both on campus
and off campus. Let's leave it there. I met you when I led the Ibom People's Congress USA Incorporated sponsored protests to demand for the release of kidnapped corps members. We actually made an open call for other groups to join. Open Forum Association was part of it. By dedicating my life, I just came out of a 7-day hunger strike. I didn't come back to activism in under Open Forum, but I worked then as a Nigerian coordinator of Igbo People's Congress and the global director of communications. And we came there, and something that I will not be able to say here on air yet happened. It turned out that I will have been the only protester in Abuja until a patriot linked you up with me, and then you organized the people that came out for the protests. What capacity do you have in Abuja to have pulled up what you did? Not because money was involved, and I must say this on air, it's going to be documented. That very outing almost caused me depression. My life changed. I've lost people because of that very outing, but that's not the issue. The issue that it was successful because somebody like this was there, and we never even talked even thereafter until I saw you at the residence of Professor Sonny Abia, who came in from US and decided to host some of us, and there we met with Ezekiel and you.
Exactly.
What gives you that level of clout in Abuja?
Okay.
That you were able to pull out that number of crowd to help us cry out to National Assembly and NYC and the Youth Ministry. Please, very briefly.
Okay, so you've been able to correct what you said earlier about the protest being sponsored, by Ibom. You mentioned
Ibom People's Congress.
So
that was actually the body that.
The body. I'm sure the body reached out.
Yes.
You were related.
Coordinating. They were coordinating everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I got stranded there.
I didn't know.
I was abandoned.
I didn't know anything about funding.
Yes.
All I knew was that my brothers reached out to me on these issues.
Yes.
And I said, okay, no problem. I would do everything within my powers to make sure that those who are supposed to hear about this hear about it. Because one thing that makes people thrive is when those who are responsible, who have capacity here and there to speak, refuses to. And that's exactly how people continue to suffer. So I said we cannot have our brothers in captivity, and the government either are aware or not doing anything or are not aware. Then we must take it beyond the state to the national level. And that was it for me. So I needed to leave everything to make sure that that was properly coordinated and that we got the result we needed.
I want to add this, that in the course of it, there was somebody who was trying to play funny, almost put him into trouble, but I thank God that he survived that very manipulation.
We have always managed all of those issues.
So this will be documented because it is terrible when you have people who have tendencies that are anti-social.
We have always, that's what it means to be an activist.
The truth, the observers are free. What would you want to say to the state government? We actually came here and continued to hosted them on the press conference, and the governor sent a message to me that we should not talk about it, that they are going to be given automatic employment. I actually was asked to send their CVs, but nothing has happened so far. I want you to add your voice because of the sacrifice that you made during that very time. Please do that in just a minute or less.
Okay, bon, yaminta kiko kanya.
Done.
Iko da maru iko fu. Ambo. Mbo mi abe frewu. And His Excellency our governor, ado listening governor. Medio okay, iko mi medio tengi kupo. Within the period, and mbo me be use for him being a governor. Mbo the door we kidnap king. Papa my own release more. You don't take a release, they pay ransom, or state government might pay ransom. You understand? But it might already see more with our cries and agitations here and there. So, Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, okay for the TO. May I use of hand way fear, simple more. I know you're listening, I know you will hear. I have good people around you, my big brother, Ama, Prince Enobonwa, who's the SSG, so many persons are around you. My friend and brother, Commissioner representing the good people of Ikono, people here. These are people who are working with you. So, Your Excellency, so that they can also be absorbed into the state civil service.
Thank you so very much for adding your voice. As I speak with you, I am with our guest in United Arab Emirates. This is welcoming our brother and friend Michael Bassi. For those watching us online, you're going to see Michael Bassi is live now. Hello, Mr. Michael Bassi. Hello. Good morning. Please move the audio device by you away. It is affecting the broadcast here. Move that device away. If it's radio or another video stuff, move it away. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Move any device with audio away from you. Please. You chatted me up a few days ago from United Arab Emirates. I want you to, we are going to be very brief on the issues. Where are you from? In Akwa Hello?
My name is...
There is a device by you. Move away completely from that device, or let that device be taken away from you, please. We have a very short time to communicate. It's affecting our broadcast. It's okay. Now do this. Tell us the name of your community in Akwa Ibom State and what you were doing in Akwa Ibom before you got employed and then you moved to United Arab Emirates. Hello? Hello? Yes.
Okay. As I said, my name is Michael Bassi. I am from Enquiry in Honolulu government area in Akwa Ibom State. To talk about my career life, I was in Lagos. I got a job with Shell as contract staff. I worked with Shell for quite 6 years thereabout, and I moved to Total as I was a contract staff where we were permanent staff on the engineering projects in 2015. Also in oil and gas. And it was in 2015, precisely by July, I got a call by one of the company here in United Arab Emirates, Zadco. They were asking me if I want to join them, and which after the moving, it was acceptable by me. The offer letter, everything was good. And since they were the one to take care of my flight, my visas and everything, so the offer was good. So I joined them in 2015 October to be precise, and I moved from Nigeria, Lagos, to the United Arab Emirates, where I resumed my work in Abu Dhabi, the capital of UAE. Work went through until 2017. We have a good oil price crashed. We have to return back to Nigeria. February, I came back to Nigeria 2017, and I keep on my life in Port Harcourt then. And in 2018, I got a call again back to return back to the same oil field where I was in 2018 August. And as usual, I moved back from Port to UAE, return back to my work. There was no inside because I was a no staff, and I coming back to the same position, so there was no challenge. So I put my job running. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022, I got a promotional offer by the same department through my team leader. And
let's do this. Hello, Mr. Bassi. Mr. Bassi. Yeah, as a result of your inability to secure visa, what has turned out to be your life? Because we have just about 3 minutes before we open the phone lines. Now, what is your present condition? You have your family there, your wife and children. How do you feed? Where do you stay? What is the situation like? I want you to say it with your mouth, not just what you told me. Be very fast about that.
Yeah, it has been very critical for the past 3 years without having a paid income. I have been living from the life saving I had after I was saving Nigeria. I pulled out all the money from Nigeria to my rent here to my family. And as I speak to you now on this live program, I am just on a negative part financially. It has been very difficult to be up to my family, given the accommodation I've been threatened. For 3 times I've been evicted in the house. Right as I speak, we don't have a good accommodation. I don't want the whole feeling because that is like, something else. So it has been difficult for me and my family, 4 kids, my wife and I together. So to spend each day, survive each day in this country.
Well, let me add this because I want to ask you one last question before we move on. For those watching us online, I have spoken with him. I've seen video, and I almost had to want to talk with his landlord. He is just putting up with the entire family in a one room. Everything that he lived in a flat is now crashed into one room, and the condition is very bad. By Wednesday, on the 7th, the landlord has threatened to throw him out, and they will be on the street if nothing happens. Now, with your own mouth, tell us what you want. The government, the embassy, the NICOM, and the state government, any authority that you can. What do you want them to do for you?
Yes, thank you so much. As I said, I want the government of Nigeria and especially my state governor, Pastor Moino, to rise up to rescue us out of this country and possibly back to our own home. I really want to ask all Nigerians, all well-meaning Nigerians, lovers of good things, to rise up and support my family. It's a very critical moment for me that I cannot keep silent. I really want to get out of this because we don't have accommodation and we don't have money to keep paying. So I want our governor and the Senate President, His Excellency Senator Akpabio, and every well-meaning Nigerians and Enquiry to come to our rescue. It is critical for us. I think it is help. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. For those who are listening to, I hope the audio is not so bad. Michael Bassi is from Ikorokpa, in Ikonologo government area, and is specially residing at number 85 King Faisal Street off Kuwait Signal, Akman, United Arab Emirates. His condition is very bad. He wants to come back home. He's a professional. The visa and work permit restriction by the United Arab Emirates against Nigerians is what has affected him. We need to be able to rescue him. People will be asking, it's important, have you tried to reach out to the Nigerian embassy? You told me that, but just say it on air, because I have personally reached out to one acting high commissioner somewhere. I will not mention his name. The person is going to talk with the embassy. I've also sent a message to Linda, the SSA, to the governor on diaspora. We want to do everything possible, but on your own part, tell the world the outcome of your meeting at the Nigerian embassy. Very fast.
Yeah, thank you so much. My case to the Nigerian embassy here in Abu Dhabi was not good. First of all, I was not allowed entrance, and I was turned back because they said I have to book an appointment. And when I tried to reach them on the phone, a lady on the reception part was not really doing good for me and my family. He was not responding. He was just laughing at me until my call got finished. So I couldn't have access to the embassy, and I could not talk to the lady, and she could not help me to facilitate my request.
It's okay.
She was just saying that she would not
It's okay. Mr. Bassi, I want to assure you that, like I've told you, we've been able to get connected with a Nigerian High Commissioner to one of the countries, and he has promised to reach out to the embassy there. I've also sent the videos, the letters, the visa, the passport, everything about you to the SSA, to the governor of Akwa Ibom State on diaspora. Your matter, we shall not rest. And people will be wondering how you got to know us. I don't want to tell the story, but we understand that in Nigeria and Akwa Ibom might also in Dubai knows what we do. He's one that recommended him to us, and it is no doubt when we had the revelation that this year is going to be open forum year of impact without borders. We are starting the year with trying to solve a matter, a problem in faraway United Arab Emirates. We keep their lines open. We are going to do everything possible. There are so many leaders in the state from Ikono. We are going to reach out to them. For you listening to me, please, he has a problem. His account, he cannot operate his bank account because he does not have a valid ID card. And so he has approved that we give out his phone number, and whatever assistance he's going to get should pass through the open forum account. And I want to say this: any assistance you're going to give, you should indicate that it's for Michael Bassey's humanitarian intervention. Michael Bassey's humanitarian intervention. But get his phone number. Anybody that's going to reach out with anything, you have to send evidence of whatever you are doing to his WhatsApp contact. WhatsApp contact is +971 544 919 179. That is WhatsApp contact. His direct line in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates, is +971 569 162 184. Those are the numbers of our brother Michael Bassey. And if you are going to reach out, he has to pay 1 million by Wednesday to secure a reprieve till month end before he pays. The total outstanding rent October to December 2025 is 2.5 million. He needs to clear that just to secure while we see what we can do, because he's going to leave that place almost immediately. The account number you may want to reach out to is Open Forum Care for Humanity Foundation. Account number is 0098049856. I take that again. Open Forum Care for Humanity Foundation. 0098049856. Remember to send evidence to his WhatsApp contact in United Arab Emirates. I give out this number again. +971 544 919 179. These contacts have been given to the acting high commissioner that I'm working with. This contact has been given to Ms. Linda, who is the SSA to the governor on diaspora, and we are going to reach out to some well-meaning people, House of Assembly member, the paramount ruler, the House of Reps member, the Ikono. Ikono must save their own. And incidentally, our brother Danielson comrade is also, you are from Ikono, isn't it? Okay, so that is it. Danielson, hello.
Okay.
Not you, sorry.
Okay.
Michael, please, thank you very much. Keep your phone lines open. We shall not rest until this matter is settled. I will keep you posted. I will keep our people informed on developments in this matter. Thank you very much. Tell your wife and children to stay strong. Very lovely people. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When that was on, I think it's very important I just mention to you and everyone listening that his matter is pathetic and is one that requires immediate attention.
Yeah.
I have established communication with Honorable Abike Dabi
Beautiful.
on it.
Beautiful.
Right now. She's the Chairman Diaspora Commission of Nigeria. I've messaged her already, and after I leave the studio, I'll follow up with her.
Beautiful.
And maybe link you up to be able to talk.
This is about people, issues, ideas, and solutions. Our guest has just established contact with the chairman of Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, over this matter. We are going to do everything possible. That's why God brought you here.
Yes.
This is the size of the program. We are so sorry. Oh, we have a caller. Okay.
Let me also add this.
Take a parting shot.
Let me add this to it.
Yeah.
That he's not just a human being, himself and his family, not just a Nigerian, not just an Akwa Ibomite, but also a there's a getanki kono, but you need say you need So I have really taken compassion on this matter, and I've established. I mean,
interesting, beautiful.
Yes, specifically I'm from Ward 11. I'm from Babi Corridor.
That should be close to Itoro Columbus community.
We are from the same ward.
Okay, let's leave it there. I don't know how long you stay because we need to have you back. You see this matter? Yeah. We will follow up until we get result for Michael Bassi in United Arab Emirates. We need to bring him back to our privacy.
Lastly, let me state this because I told you I was
in 30 seconds, please. Yes. Our time.
My name is